Modern Standard Arabic and local dialects. What is Modern Standard Arabic? When is it used? And when is the local dialect used? Modern Standard Arabic is mainly used in writing and in more formal settings. Arabs refer to it as Fusha Arabic. If we looked up the word Fusha in an Arabic English dictionary, we would get results such as classical, proper, pure, uncorrupted, and standard. Local dialects are mainly used in speaking for day-to-day conversations between family members, friends, and co-workers. They differ from city to city, but they are all rooted in Modern Standard Arabic. While Arabs throughout the Arab world can easily understand Modern Standard Arabic when they read it or listen to it, they don't use it in conversations with family and friends. On the other hand, a conversation between two people with two different local dialects can be cumbersome to carry on unless they have been previously exposed to each other's dialect. To keep things simple, we're only going to look at the modern aspect of Fusha, thus the name Modern Standard Arabic. Address mass gatherings. Whether in a church or a mosque, a political rally or a sport event, Modern Standard Arabic is the default form used to address a large group of people. In writing, before text messages and social media, that is when people actually used a pen and paper to communicate, Modern Standard Arabic was almost exclusively used in writing. However, with the introduction of text messages and social media, people, and by that we mean teenagers and college students, started using their local dialect in writing. Believe it or not, it was difficult to read a text written in the local dialect. You might say, wait, what? Are you talking about illiterate people? No, absolutely not. You see, the older generation's mind was not accustomed to reading words in the local dialect. It was accustomed to hearing or speaking them, but not accustomed to reading them. With persistence, the younger generation won this battle, and now it's common to see the local dialect used in writing in personal and not so serious topics. Now, when it comes to publications, Modern Standard Arabic was not affected by new technologies. Books, newspapers, magazines, and other forms of writing continue to use Modern Standard Arabic as they have been doing so all along. You're starting to get the idea, and you will not be surprised to learn that all formal correspondence, government directives, and laws are in Modern Standard Arabic. In the media, did you know that up until the early 1990s, Arabs could understand the Egyptian local dialect? This is related to the introduction of new technologies a few decades prior. Can you guess what technological device made the Egyptian dialect so popular in the Arab world? If you said the television, then you are spot on right. In that period, the Egyptian dialect dominated movies, series, songs, and shows in the Arab world. However, two things eventually broke this monopoly. First was the huge increase of TV satellite channels and the great demand for content. Second was that various Arab countries gradually started producing their own content using their own local dialects. One reason we mentioned the Egyptian dialect is to show that although Arabic dialects differ from one place to another, native Arabic speakers can understand the local dialects of other regions when exposed to it. Let's move on. As a general rule, the news is always in Modern Standard Arabic, whether it is the political news, economics, sports, or even the weather forecasts. Interviews during the news are also conducted using Modern Standard Arabic. Now, when it comes to entertainment, such as series, shows, and other programs, a local dialect or sometimes more is used. Since most radio channels nowadays target local listeners who all understand the same dialect, and since most of the topics are about day-to-day activities, you will find that the local dialect is predominantly used on radio programs. Again, if there is a news segment on that local radio channel, it will be in Modern Standard Arabic. Please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to keep up to date with our upcoming videos.